Welcome to Comprehensive Outdoors. I'm Jeff Hale, and this channel is made to help you become a more complete hunter and fisher. And one way to become a more complete hunter or fisher is to learn how to cook and make recipes and deal with game meat and how do you fillet fish and all that stuff. And that's what we're going to do today. So today we're going to be cooking with Chef Jeff. I'm going to be putting on my apron. We're going to get ready to go. And today we're going to be making a venison taco pie. My kids love this. I made it once, I made it once maybe a year ago, and then they loved it so much I made it again. Tonight I'm gonna make it again. Venison taco pie. So for those of you who have a freezer full of venison, everybody knows the ground is the last stuff to go and the steak is the first stuff to go. But this is a great recipe to use your ground for. So stay tuned, we're gonna make this recipe. Okay, first thing you're gonna need when you make venison taco pie, you're gonna need, the original recipe calls for pound, but if I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make enough for dinner plus some leftovers. So I'm gonna use a 2 pounds, this has been defrosting, 2 pounds of venison, right? That happens to be black-tailed deer. This year we had one nice blacktail my son shot, one nice whitetail I shot, and a whitetail doe. But those big packages we had was from the black-tailed deer. So we're gonna be using black-tailed deer tonight. And we're also gonna have a 16-ounce can of tomato sauce. We're gonna have a can of the Southwest corn. So it's corn and it's got some poblamos and red peppers mixed inside with it. And then some diced green chilies. And then what makes the pie? Well, it actually is not a pie crust. In fact, let's come and take a look. What we're gonna use is we're gonna use the crescent rolls that come in these little round containers. And this is what we're gonna line the bottom and the sides of the pie with. And it turns out to be super good. Okay, first thing we have to do is we have to brown our ground venison. So you need a pan. I like this deep pan because it keeps the oil and the fat from splattering all over the place. And I also like to use one of these. Helps keep the top of the stove cleaner. So we're gonna go ahead and fire this up, get it hot, and start to brown our meat. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start to take the defrosted ground venison, break it into chunks. You can hear it starting to sizzle. I'm gonna do half of it at a time. Brown this up, and then come back and do the other half. Because 2 pounds is a lot. It's a lot to put into one pan. Okay, if you're gonna make taco pie, you need taco seasoning, right? And so I have a giant thing of McCormick's taco seasoning original. Anything will work. We're gonna need approximately 2 tablespoons per pound. So we'll have 4 tablespoons for 2 pounds of venison. There it is cooking. Starting to brown up. All right, well, since we're cooking venison, I might as well tell a dumb joke. Okay, you ready? Did you hear about the deer hunter that got down on his hands and knees to look at the tracks? Yeah, then he got hit by a train. Yikes. Okay, this is browned up nicely. We have the taco seasoning in it. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. I'm gonna cook up the other pound, and then we'll be back with what we're gonna do next. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. That was the dumbest joke you ever heard. Actually, I have one that I think is dumber. Okay, you ready? So, it was on a Sunday morning, about a half a mile from a church, and these 2 skunks are walking along the road, and they look up and they see a deer hunter. And one skunk looks at the other skunk and says, "Oh my God, he's got a gun. I hope he doesn't shoot us." And the other skunk hung his head and said, "Let us spray." Ba-dum-bum. Okay, we have our meat all nice and browned with the taco seasoning in it. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside, and then I'm gonna prep the pans for the pie portion. Okay, I've taken a baking dish and I have oiled the inside of it so that things won't stick. You can use Pam, whatever you want. Now we're going to make the pie portion. So you take one of these, bang it on your hand, pop it open, okay? You twist it. what you have is a bunch of rolls like this that you can start to unpeel. Okay, this is what it looks like. These things come out in little triangles. You can place the triangles so that they intersect. I've used 2 packages of this so far, and I'm going to use the 3rd package to just make sure I have enough on the edges. So I kind of want the edge to come up all the way around. So I'm just going to massage it in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Missing a little bit on the bottom there. And this stuff is really great because if you've ever had these crescent rolls, they're super buttery and they rise, and that's what will happen inside of this taco pie. All right, looks like I have it. So that's what the inside looks like. Next, we're gonna prep our meat and pour it in. Okay, now we're gonna prepare our meat. One of the things was we had the Mexican style or Southwest style corn. We're gonna pour the whole thing into here. Make sure you drain all the liquid out first. And then I'm gonna take some green chilies. And I'm gonna throw those in there just because I like some extra chilies. And then I'm gonna stir this up and kind of look at the consistency. And then I am going to pour some tomato sauce in there. I might not use the whole can. I'm gonna mix it up. And we wanna make sure we have the right consistency. All right, I put a little bit more taco seasoning in because I tasted it, and just a little bit more, so I've used probably 7/8 of the can. This is gonna give us the correct consistency. And after we stir it all up really well, what we're gonna do is pour it right here into our pie. And just smooth it down, distribute it equally. Okay, last step, Mexican style cheese, just the Mexican medley. It's okay with all Mexican food, and you're just going to put a generous amount on top of this. This should serve approximately 8 people. Okay, we're gonna preheat the oven to 350 and we're gonna bake this for 20 to 25 minutes. Let's see what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, let's see how it looks. Take a look at that. See how the edges have puffed up just like a pie, just like those super buttery, awesome rolls that we have at Thanksgiving. Well, I hope you try this. It's gonna be awesome. If you like my content, please subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.